Today we're going to be doing a re-review of Terragon terrain gaming tiles. They sent me out these tiles years ago to review for their Kickstarter, and you've all probably not heard me shut up about them since that happened. Well, the tiles are now fully available for pre-order, and so I thought I'd check them out again and see the difference. I love the 3D printed prototypes that I originally looked at, so as long as they didn't really drop the ball, I'll be pretty happy. Also, before the review begins, I'm friends with the owner of the company, and so if you think that makes me biased, I just thought you should know. The box they sent out contains 250 of their hexagon-shaped tiles in a plethora of colors. Normally when you buy them, they won't be in this wide array of colors. You'll buy a set that will come with 4 different colors and varying amounts. That way yours are more themed, but they sent me ones so that I could see all of the different colors and show them off in the video. And since I already have some, this just adds to my collection. If you've never seen these tiles before, consider them like hexagonal or hexagonal, depending on where you're from, magnetic Legos. They snap right into place and are meant to be built up and outwards. They have tiny little ball magnets on each face that allow them to even stand vertically if you really want to, but mostly they're designed so that no matter what angle you place them back on the stack, they'll lock into place no problem. All of the top and bottom surfaces are textured so that they're easy to grip and help prevent the tiles above and below them from sliding around, and it just looks more appealing than a flat surface, which we'll come back to in just one second. On the right, I have a stack of the old 3D printed prototypes I got to take a look at, and you'll notice the left is noticeably larger than the right. It's not a big deal, but it is a difference, and the old 3D printed prototypes have a flat, kind of glossy surface and a textured surface on the other side. The new ones are textured on both sides, which I like a lot better because when you're flipping things around, you don't want to have to try and make sure you have a specific surface facing up. Luckily, they still work with the old tiles. I don't know how many people got to try out their 3D printed versions, but I have old ones and I'm glad that they kind of work retroactively with what I got to test. The last tiles I showed were the grass tiles. These are the stone tiles. They have little black dots in them. Again, a vast improvement over the 3D printed ones that have a kind of glossy surface on one side. The water tiles are the largest improvement I've seen thus far. They have a nice swirl design in the center of them, and they're a lot more transparent, which is great so that I can show you how these work. Now you can see when I put 2 tiles over the top of each other, look at the bottom magnet, you can see it move and rotate as the top tile tries to find its place on top of the bottom one. This way they can lock no matter which direction I place the top tile on top of a bottom tile. Again, vast improvement over the 3D printed one. I'm saying that a lot as these are prototypes, so I won't talk about that anymore. I just wanted to show off how much better they look than the previous time that I reviewed them. They also have dirt tiles. Dirt tiles are probably one of my most used ones. And then they have these orange ones, which are supposed to be magma or sand. I've been using the gold ones that they sent me as fire, but I'll definitely start using these orange ones as fire spreading throughout a town as well. The black tiles or obsidian are extremely dark and black, and conversely, so are the snow ones. They're very, very white. My favorite new tile is their ice tiles. I'm just calling them their transparent tiles because I probably won't use them all that much for ice, so much as I'll use them for force objects like a force bridge that, oh man, somebody fell their way through, or maybe making a portal if I'm doing things vertically on this. There's lots of possibilities, or you could just use them for ice like they're intended to. And then they have sand tiles. So I've got a lot of different tiles to look at, and let's try building a few things. My favorite thing to do as a dungeon master is while I'm setting up the encounter on paper, I tell my players what I want them to build. So in this case, I'd say, hey, make a castle moat with grass on the other side, and while I'm setting up the encounter, they can design the entire map that they're going to be fighting on, which is a lot of fun and keeps everybody interested instead of waiting for me to finish up encounters. So in maybe 5 minutes or less, now you have this awesome encounter where your hero's defending against a wave of orcs coming into a castle, or conversely, maybe your players are all orcs and they're defending against the evil demons that have taken over their once long proudly held castle. I find it to be a fun exercise in creativity and trust between the players and the dungeon master, and it helps eliminate downtime, which is fantastic. But you know, we do always have to check the durability of new products. As is tradition, I just took the map that I just made and threw it from 3 feet up onto my table, simulating a table drop. No tile broke, and I didn't notice any scratches, and I even intentionally tried to scratch or break some of the tiles here. You can definitely get scratches, they're all made of the same material, but you'd have to be pretty darn rough for it to happen. It's not gonna happen on accident, at least it seems to me, so that's good. And you can see here in under 2 minutes, I set up a nice little graveyard path using some of the stone tiles as tombstones. Now I'm gonna use some of the ice, or what I call called transparent tiles, and now I've got these cool specters in a graveyard, and one of them is flying maybe dozens of feet up, so you don't have to remember that. He's actually flying, and I hardly used any of the tiles given to me. If you've got a set of tiles, you'll be able to build a lot more. And now I'm making another scene in under 2 minutes with this black ooze coming out from where this void creature is fighting the defenders of the city. The mage of the city casts fly, and now he's 60 feet in the air using the transparent tiles, and this helped me find a use for the Void Stalker minis I printed from my last review, and now the fight is really on and the players are pretty immersed. And again, I have tons of excess tiles. This is all just from one starter set, and the amount of things that you can build is absolutely crazy. It probably sounds like I'm just gushing over this product, and I am. I loved this when it came out years ago for me to test run, and I love it even more now that the tiles have improved. As you saw, my old tiles still click together and work just fine, so the longevity is fantastic as well. Anywho, I hope you check these bad boys out. Corey over at Terragon let me hook you all up with an additional 10% off their site on top of any discounts they're running if you use code Rybonator. But again, I don't make any money on that, just want you guys to get some discounts, so enjoy that. Thanks again for watching. So happy that these bad boys are finally getting released. Let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, I want to hear that too. Either way, I hope that you have a fantastic day.